Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Adventures in the Forgotten Realms draft here on the channel. Before I dive in, I want to remind you to hit that thumbs up button if you enjoy the video and subscribe for more content. And let's dive on in. See what we can get going here. Well, we've opened up a fantastic rare, Meteor Swarm. So basically, you can pay 4 mana to kill anything, or 5 mana to kill any 2 things, pretty much, or 6 mana to sometimes kill 3 things, which is just fantastic. Definitely a great rare and easy first pick out of this pack. If this was not in the pack, what would I be taking here? Targnar is pretty reasonable 2-drop, though it is a gold card. The commons are nothing spectacular. Valor Singer's okay. A pretty solid one. This is a reasonable 2-drop. Cleric class is kind of too build-aroundy to first pick, in my opinion. So maybe I would just take Targnar because it's the highest upside card, and then Valor Singer. I don't love Bag of Holding. Just too finicky, in my opinion. I think I'm higher on Spare Dagger than the rest of the world. It's probably going to wheel. I do kind of like it, though. So what are we hoping that wheels out of this pack? Maybe this guy, Circle of the Moon Druid, play red-green with Targnar, though Targnar's not going to wheel. We'll have to see. Pack 2 approaches, and we see several cards that are good. There is Portable Hole, which is just a very good removal spell in the format, partly because of the class cards that you can kill, and also because there's some reasonable aggression going on. So you can kill some nice 2-drops, get that mana advantage. Chaos Channeler is just excellent, though. Just same color as the Meteor Swarm, and when it attacks, it basically draws you a card, or sometimes even 2 cards, which is just very good. So we're going to be taking this as a follow-up. The commons, I like Precipitous Drop. Herd Gorger's nice as a top-end card. And after that, kind of falls off. Shortcut Seeker's okay. Find the Path. Good ramp if you are building a ramp deck. But I would probably go Chaos Channeler, and then Portable Hole, and then the Precipitous Drop. Okay. So now there is Grim Bounty, which I think is the best card in the pack. There is Minimus Containment, which is probably the second best card in the pack. And then after that, there's some solid cards. There is Scion, which goes well with the Chaos Channeler for like punching through a little bit sometimes. There is Drider. I guess Drider's not the best. It's medium. You Happen on a Glade can do some cool things. I haven't gotten to play with Drider really. I had it in one deck and I don't think I ever drew it, because I only played it in a couple of the games with that deck. But Grim Bounty's great. Good pickup. I think better than Minimus because it just answers anything. And yeah, we'll take it. Kind of an expensive start to the draft in terms of mana values, but we've got the power to compensate for it. Looking at the black cards in the pack and the red cards in the pack. Whip Weaponry's okay. Boots of Speed is okay. I'm a fan of the UNT. It's kind of like a nice 3-drop that kind of has to be answered. I think it's better than Grim Wanderer just because this card's sometimes hard to get going. Not being able to cast this when you want to makes it really tough to plan for. I just like playing consistent cards more than just high roll spike cards. Though this one is powerful enough that I will play it. It's just I don't prioritize it as much. Weaponry is reasonable. Boots of Speed is reasonable. I just like the Fang Blade. Just a 3-mana 2/2 Death Touch is just a good card. And now I've been told that Horde Robber is better than I was giving it credit for before, and so I want to try it out. Maybe this is where I have to take it to have it like be a player in the deck. There is also a Portable Hole, but there's some black cards in this pack. I like the Dispute. Swarming Goblins is reasonable. There's Vampire Spawn. I do want to play red, so maybe I should bias towards red with the Swarming Goblins. But I do want to try this out. Works well with the like haste boots that I just passed. Portable Hole is also solid. I kind of want to just take this guy and see what happens. We have not seen a ton of red after the first couple picks. Might have to rely on getting it back too. Gosh, this card doesn't seem that good to me, but I have heard very good things from other players who I respect, so we'll just try it out. There's Hoarding Ogre, but I'd rather just get another 2-drop. We'll try out this guy. Give him a shot. What's the fun of drafting if you never experiment? And this is like a Bilbo Baggins looking dude. Chilling in Smog's cave. Or mountain. Portable Hole again. Good for a defensive deck. Horde and Ogre. Ogre. Ooh, the hired Hexblade could be great with these Horde robbers. Like it. I kind of want to try Guild Thief with these cards, and then I can play like build a deck where I just make my guys unblockable. The problem is I already have these two really good red cards. So, that's tough. Guild Thief does have similar synergies to the Horde robbers, but I don't think I can justify it here. There's a Great Axe, which I don't love. There's Herald, which I don't love. There is You Come to a Null Camp, which is reasonable. How has my color rankings changed? I don't have enough experience to really change any of my rankings yet, Render Piece. I've heard that a lot of players are pretty high on red. Red's been solid. I've really been impressed by the black cards, to be quite honest. Don't like this guy, though. Well, there's a Hexblade. There's also Tarknar, but I'm not playing green, because green... I mean, all the green cards in that pack wield. Maybe that means green should be open, but I'm just going to take the Hexblade. Keep the treasure synergies going. Wow. We're just seeing a lot of green cards here. I guess I'll take a green card. We've seen a lot of portable holes as well. Manticore, they want to block the Horde Robber, and then the Manticore gets them. I like it. So many late blue cards. People are really anti-blue, it would seem. Spare Dagger. Deadly Dispute. Everything is coming up red-black, kind of. Not really, because we haven't seen any red cards after our first two picks, but we have two good red cards. And we'll just fill it out from there. I think black-green is the most open in terms of cards, but since we have Meteor Swarm and Chaos Channeler, we'll just fill it in from there. Dagger is good with the Horde Robber. Oh, also good with the Fangblade. Good point. Good call. Okay, so maybe we have opened up a good enough green card to justify the swap back into a color that seems more open, because Froghemoth is pretty good. Froghemoth. There's also some red cards here. If there wasn't a Dragon's Fire, this would be a little easier. There's also blue seemed kind of open. This is tough. I would not take Sellsword over the Dragon's Fire. I'm pretty much choosing between Froghemoth, Eccentric Apprentice, and Dragon's Fire as the best cards in the pack. I do have the Meteor Swarm and the Channeler. So I think I'm just going to take the Dragon's Fire, because Meteor Swarm is just better than Froghemoth. And I'll just rely on getting some red cards this pack, and then black cards in pack 3. And we get a Fangblade. So nice, another card that goes in the potential, like, make your guys unblockable deck. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to do that. I have enough stuff that I can do with the treasures already. Ooh, the Red Dragon. I do like the Red Dragon. I don't love the Death Priest of Miracle because it seems like you need a lot of it takes some work to get going, which I don't love. 4 mana 2/2 is just not good enough on its own. Skeletons, vampires, zombies. I don't have any of those naturally. I do like the dragon at the top end. Also a reasonable removal spell here. But we'll take the dragon. This is the pack where we're going to get red cards, and then in pack 3 we're just going to be back to getting only black cards. Swarming Goblins or Fireball. I would rather get a removal spell. I only have 1, 2 removal spells right now. 3. This is kind of removal if we have it on the Hexblade. I think this is better than the Goblins, maybe. I like having 1 Fireball in a deck. Ooh, Zorn. I like Zorn with these Horde Robbers if I can connect them. That seems pretty good to me. I like Shambling Ghast a lot too, and I like Valor Singer with the Horde Robbers. Basically 1/3s like getting +1 power. Ooh, this card's sweet. We're just going to take this card though for the synergy with the Fangblade and the Hexblade and the Horde Robber. I'm excited to try the Horde Robbers. I'm kind of building my deck around them in a way. Like, that's another reason why Dragon's Fire is a good pickup, because you can kill their early drop and then hit them with your Horde Robber. Boots of Spade. Oh, oh. I like the Hexblade, but I don't have any treasure generators other than the Horde Robbers, and I like being able to give my guys haste, because I have some cards that are pretty good with haste. How many creatures do I have? 10? Maybe I'd rather just get another creature. I'm going to take this guy. I like him. Hexblade. Improvised weaponry is also good for the same reason. Gets me treasures. Fireball number 2. Does nobody play blue? I just... feels like I'm always seeing a ton of blue cards. Windfall. I think it's funny. I like it better than Herald. Herald of Hadar. Because maybe it opens up some shenanigans. Just like nobody ever takes blue cards. You main deck 1 copy of Windfall. Ooh, well. That is a card that rewards being able to splash. What a guy. This card is a beating. Wowza. Well, I'm probably playing Windfall now. Because Windfall on turn 4 into this guy on turn 5 seems good. This is a great card. It also is in the same pack as a Power Word Kill and a Reaper Talisman, which are just good on-color cards. But, I mean, I'm in for the Xanathar. Let's go. I'm hyped. It's exciting. Power Word Kill would be excellent to get the Horde Robbers connecting, but when you can play Xanathar, you play Xanathar. I'd take this, then the Power Word, then the Reaper Talisman, I think, then the Plundering Barbarian, because that card's been a beating. But we got there. Let's go. Hooray! Warlock class. Do I even need an island in the deck? Or can I just reliably get treasures? How am I getting treasures? I think I do need an island in the deck. I can go Island, Evolving Wilds. Get them. I have 1 treasure source that doesn't need anything, 2 treasure sources that don't need anything, but I want to be able to spend my treasures on the Hexblades and stuff. So I'm going to take the Evolving Wilds here. I think I've heard Warlock class is pretty good. I want to try that at some point. I'm going to take the Evolving Wilds for the Xanathar. Because that way I can play 1 island, 1 Evolving Wilds, and then go from there. Good hulking Bugbear pickup here. I was not expecting to get good red cards this pack, I must admit, but I'll take it. There's a Deadly Dispute. There is a Rust Monster. There's also just a Hexblade. I'm just going to see if these Hexblades can just carry me to victory. We'll see. The dungeon can get a treasure, but I don't have any ventures other than these guys, really. Roost Monster. I know Deadly Dispute makes treasure. That's a good point. So I guess I had 3 treasures from those. Yeah, I have enough uses for treasures. I'm going to be cycling through my deck with these guys. I kind of want to try that out. Ooh, another Hexblade. Just all the Hexblades in the world. I do like Dueling Rapier with Horde Robber specifically. Precipitous Drop. I'm not really venturing. Like, I don't have a single venture card. No, I have those guys, but they're my only venture. I'm just going to keep taking this guy. I really want to try out Hexblade. It seems good to me. Or at least very cool. There's Windfall number 2. Or I could take Hoarding Ogre. I like the Ogre, I think. Ogre. Ogres are not like cakes. Consistent treasure versus one-time treasure on a creature. Evolving Wilds number 2. Really helping my mana out here. I like Shambling Ghast, but we've got enough playables, and so getting another Evolving Wilds for the mana is nice. The Barbarian or the Sellsword. I'll take the Barbarian. Barbarian has been a beating. Wow, another Barbarian. Just loving that card. Whew, got there. Hexblade number 6. Hexblade number 7! Let's go. Oh, did I take every single Hexblade that I saw? Maybe. I don't know. I've never had 7 cards of the same type in a limited deck before. Obviously, I've got to play all 7. Because how often does that happen? Snow White and the 7 Hexblades. Ooh, Sepulchre. Cool. I mean, how many Hexblades do you want? 7, obviously. I lose 7 life if I cast all of them. But who cares? Okay, so I could play this Ghoul, but I don't have any sack outlets, really, or sacrifice synergies. Gonna cut you to come to a Knoll camp, obviously. I like all these treasure generators. I mean, the deck is obviously just great. I mean... With 7 Hexblades, something must go for the Hexblades. I mean, I do have synergies with the Spare Daggers because I have Manticore and 2 Yuang Ts. Probably can cut Windfall because I have these 2 Barbarians to make treasures now. Okay, what do I cut now? 7 Hexblades. Ah, there's just so little room for cards. Do I? Ugh. I have to start cutting something. 6 Hexblades can go. Ye of little faith, Wingspear. Ye of little faith. Obviously not doing that. I mean, it's obvious. We've got a plan. We're sticking with it. We can cut Spare Daggers, maybe. Even with the synergy with these guys. It's not necessary. So what removal spells do we have? Let's just put the removal here in this column. So we have a reasonable removal. We can cut a Fireball. Good call. Rain. I'm not going to cut the UNTs. I just like that as a card. It's a card that I think is just good. I could cut those guys. I mean, I have to find room for all of these hired Hexblades somewhere, even though they do wear equipment pretty well. Zone. I like all these early drops, so I'm not cutting any of these cards. I like the Deadly Dispute. It's a good one of. So I'm gonna keep all these cards. Maybe I cut the Horde Robbers though. I think they're pretty reasonable as well. With 7 of these guys, I probably don't need them. This card's just good as a 3-mana 2/2 Death Touch, folks. You don't need the Venture part for it to be good. I'm probably not going to have room for these guys, because I don't need 9 2-drops in my deck. I like the treasure generation, but, I mean, they'll just have a 2/2 that can block. I do like the fact that they can get consistent treasure. A reason to cut the Bugbear. That is true. Double red on 3 could be tough. I like that logic. Good thinking, chat. 9 2-drops. Of course we're playing all 7 Hexblades because you have to. It is mandatory. Okay, we got some good stuff here. The Manticore goes well with the Horde Robbers. How many creatures do I have here? 19 creatures. I'm just going to cut the Manticore. I like the Red Dragon. I don't love Fireball. Yeah. I think we're going to run it something like this. We're going to play 1 island. With colors. 14-9. This is triple red. I can just get mountain. So I have 10 black sources, 8 red sources, and 3 blue sources, kind of. I think these guys are going to be nice. Okay, I'm not playing the Ghoul. I'm playing as many treasure generators as I can fit reasonably, I think. The Unexpected Windfall would be good, I think, with all these Hexblades. I might not need these Horde Robbers. I might rather just cut the Horde Robbers and play, like, one-time treasure generators. Because I have so many 2-drops already. And I play like Windfall, Fireball. And I have 1, 2 ways to get treasure, 3 ways, 4 ways, 5, 6, 7. Got 7 ways to make treasures. Without the 1/3s that are going to get blanked in the late game anyway. Yeah, exactly, Wing Spear. I think I'm going to get the Horde Robbers. I think it makes sense, because I already have so many 2-drops. Would I rather have something else? I think the Bugbear is a little too hard to cast, and I have 5 3-drops already. I think Fireball can perform. Maybe this card would be better. Just because it's a black card instead of a double red card. Maybe I would like a Spare Dagger because it's got synergy with the Fang Blades. Probably better than Manticore. Turns all of my 2/2s into solid creatures. Yeah, I think we're going to run it like this. I'm excited to see how it performs. I'm going to go up to 7/7 split because I do have a triple red card in the deck to cast. And we will call it like this, and I'll see you folks in the matches. Before I get to the matches, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the patrons who support my work at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas, and special shout out to those at the credits level. Now is a great time to join the Patreon with Adventures in the Forgotten Realms right around the corner, because the Patreon is where you will find my card-by-card grade spreadsheet for the format, also known as a tier list. So if that's something that interests you and supporting my content is something that interests you, then the Patreon is a great intersection of those things, and there's also a host of other cool rewards on the Patreon as well. I truly appreciate everyone who supports my videos on the Patreon. Thanks for helping the channel continue to grow and thrive, and let me upgrade my equipment with microphones and cameras and things like that. It really does make a big difference, and I appreciate you. Without further ado, let's get to the matches. Welcome to round 1. Before I get to the game, I want to let folks know, in the comments down below, just comment with the number of Hexblades you think I will cast over the course of this entire draft. And whoever is closest, I mean, someone's going to keep a count, I'm sure, now that this challenge is on. You get to see that I have 2 in this opening hand, so you get a little bit of an advantage there. How many am I going to cast over the course of this draft? Now, that could be related to how many you think I have in the deck. That could be related to how many games you think I'm going to play, like whether you think I'm going to go far with the deck, because if I only play 3 games and I lose all 3, the Hexblade count is going to be low. But if I play like 9 matches by going 7-2, I could play a lot of Hexblades. So, let me know in the comment section down below what the number of Hexblades you think I'm going to cast are, and we will just keep we'll keep tabs on it, shall we say. It's going to be an honor system that you leave the comment now rather than later, but it'll be fun to see if anyone's really close. I did start the recording. Hoza poza. See? Not recording. But we're going to keep this hand. We have 2 Hexblades already. So, people in the Twitch chat can also record. Wingspear says 20, Gappy says 21, Rexibit says 15, Asteroid Down says 13. Well, Asteroid Down does not believe in this deck. If we only cast 13 Hexblades, we are in trouble, I think. Average of 3 games, so 21. Wayland Firm is doing the math. Isle of Allen only says 10. Wow. No belief by Allen. And I'll try to keep track of this as well. If I had to guess, how many would I say? I would probably say that I will cast 30 Hexblades. If I have 7 in the deck, I'm going to say 30. I believe in myself. Yeah, 30 is such a terrible estimate. So, if I have 7 in the deck, I cast 3 games, that's 21. But I'm probably going to cast more than that if I draw half my deck. Gosh. Like 9 games. Yeah, I'm going to say 30. I believe in myself. Condor says 25. How many value Hexblades? Well, I'm not keeping track of that right now. 2 people say 22. So we're currently the Hexblade count is at 1. Obviously playing this for the treasure so we can cast the Xanathar. Though if we find a blue source, we can just value a Hexblade. Ooh, baby. Well, obviously just going to Hexblade it up now. I'm going to rely on finding another treasure source here. Two Hexblades already have been cast. And we're going to cast this to kill two of their guys. 3 Hexblades have been cast. Okay, that's game. Hello, Zoel. They are scrying. And they kept it on top. What does that mean? Hopefully it doesn't mean they have Orcus or something. Yes! Victory so fine. Win the first game, cast 3 Hexblades. Zalto is very mediocre. Deeply medium. I don't know why it has the text it does. It feels very unsatisfying. Like, imagine if you wanted to make Zalto a sweet rare, what you have to do is instead of being whenever it takes damage, it would be like, whenever Zalto deals excess damage, venture that many times. All of a sudden you have this card that's just like an unbelievable powerhouse. Because if you kill like a 2/2 with it, you venture like 5 times. Or if you use a fight spell with it, you venture like 6 times. But that would be too pushed. Oh, right. Because if I don't lose any matches and I just win 7, yeah, I am 1 Hexblade if I want to reach 22. Mad Mage Dungeon with 1 swing, yeah. Well, we have our island, we have our treasure. We're keeping this hand. We have our Meteor Swarm. Meteor Swarm is such a weird name for a card. Well, there's our Hexblade. So, we are chilling here. Meteor Swarm can catch us up if we fall behind. The Smith. The Smith. Good day, Mr. Smith. Of course they find an artifact. Why wouldn't they? They're just living the dream. We have Xanathar to win us the game. Destroy Meteor Swarm. I didn't cast Xanathar last game. I didn't need it. Please just let me kill your Smith. I really need this. Yes! Improvised weaponry! The Smith has been killed by the improvised weaponry. That's a flavor win. That's what we call flavor. Probably just going to try to cast this Xanathar on turn 5. Yes, good draw. I'm just going to ramp out this guy instead of the Hexblade thing. Hexblade count is at 3, I believe. Eltagard Ranger. Well, that card's really bad against the Swarm. We've got the Kingpin here. Next turn, if I draw a land or find one on top of their deck, I can play Meteor Swarm to wipe their board. We will do this. Okay. Uno Goblino. Typically, I wouldn't want to remove a land from their deck, but that's how it goes sometimes. You gotta do it. Okay, I'm not gonna get rid of their Evolving Wilds. So I can play this for 3, kill their 3 real creatures. I'll make extra sure that those two die. So they're drawing Evolving Wilds. Next turn I can play the Red Dragon. I haven't cast any Hexblades this game, so my ambitious number of 30 is a little bit off right now. Maybe next turn, instead of playing Red Dragon, I have to play this Hexblade just for the Hexblade count. Because if they concede, it gets tough for me. I feel like they might have... Oh, they did concede. Oh no, this is a disaster. All those lower numbers. I was feeling so ambitious and so confident in the Hexblade count. And the opponents are just going to concede. Oh my gosh. Wow. I don't know what we're going to do. I'm at 3 after 2 games. If I had played 5 more games, those lowball numbers, when someone said 13 and I was like, oh, you don't believe in the deck, that was just the ultimate show of confidence. They just knew that I was going to win so quickly that I wouldn't have time to develop. I assumed I'd be going like through 20 cards in my deck. How could they concede? All I had was Xanathar and Meteor Swarm. Oh no, they conceded. This is a disaster. Oh my gosh. Adding the Hexblade counter has made this so much more interesting for me. I'm just like, no. They just know. They were planning on watching the YouTube video later, and they lowballed their guess already. Well, we're just gonna draw Xanathar every game, and it's gonna be great. We've got 2 Hexblades here. We're gonna start to bump up our numbers. We need to have like a big game where we cast like 5 and lose that game so that we can get another game to cast Hexblades. The fact that I have a stake in it. Like, I want to obviously cast as many Hexblades as possible so that those people that guessed like 50 Hexblades are justified and feel like absolute legends when I get there. But I'm going to still try to win, of course. Just draw Xanathar every game. Why not? I didn't need him the first game. I feel like I've drawn 2 Hexblades and a Dragon's Fire in every hand. Oh, man. We just don't have enough money to pay all of these Hexblades. If I cast 5 Hexblades, I will lose? What are you saying, Wings? Wings, you're being such a pessimist when it comes to these Hexblades. Okay. Opponent is thinking. Okay. But you get to draw a card sometimes, Wingspear. The count is at 4! Like, if this card didn't have extra text, it wouldn't be good, but like, a cantripping 2/2 is good. Oh, the trade. Let's go. Okay, we're gonna kill that for sure. Oh, yes. We're gonna get a treasure from this guy. Which one gets me a treasure on the second chapter? It's this one, right? Yeah. Come on, Lost Mine, you can do it. We'll scry that to the bottom. We don't want that. Actually, we kind of did want that because it would let us cast Xanathar next turn. Oops. I would rather draw an island, obviously. So the Hexblade count is at 4. No, it's at 5 because we cast 3 in that first game. Six. 7. This is the Hexblade game we needed. Casting 4 in a game. Now we can get an island. So it all worked out. Absolute genius play. This is a jelly. Hmm. Yes. We're gonna trade maybe. Wow. That's a good trade for me. So Xanathar can take it over, and we did get 4 Hexblades down, so we're up to 7. Oh, Xanathar is too good for the deck. It makes the opponents concede too early. That was a weird trade. Drider, okay. They didn't concede, let's go. Ooh, nice, nice. Okay. I think I'd like to keep the land. So I can cast this thing off their deck. Kind of want to keep this guy too. The flyer could be annoying. And they have an island on top. Perfect. And I get to scry. Deadly Dispute is good. Dagger, not so much. They draw an island. Okay. So I cast that one. So I've cast 4 more Hexblades this game. I didn't cast any of the game before. I don't think. So I'm at 7, I believe. Is that right, chat? Was 7 the right number? Oh, they have another one of these guys. Okay. Okay, so I can cast this 3 for 2. 8. Obviously. I should have tapped better. I think I messed this up. Yeah, I messed that up. Whoops. I totally blew it. Gosh darn it, Nikolai. Should have let them have the Arcane Investigator. Oh my goodness. What am I doing? I'll take this guy. Five, 7, 9, lethal. Yeah, I should have played their cards first, Evatool. I'm still learning the... I mean, I like know the theory of the Xana thing, but I was just like, oh, I'm going to kill their 6/6, obviously. But I should have totally played their cards first. We cast 5 Hexblades that game. So after 3 games, we are at 8, I think. It would have made more sense not to, yeah, because then we could have cast Skeletal Swarming. Spirit Dagger is reasonable, I think. Oh, Beezer Boy was saying I could have killed them. Yeah. Good point, chat. Good point. I messed up. I could have killed them. 8 Hexblades, though. We cast 5 that game. We really bounced back from a game where we cast 0. We would have cast some Hexblades, but our opponent conceded to our Meteor Swarm plus Xanathar combo. Also, just +1/+0 makes my 2/2s a little bit more scarier in certain matchups. Okay, so we're at 8 Hexblades. No Hexblades to be seen here, but we can maybe get some treasures going. We have this thing in the hand, so we don't fall behind. I like it. Okay, we don't have Meteor Swarm to bail us out right now. Wow, why are people playing this card? It's so bad. Well, I said I didn't have Meteor Swarm to bail me out, and then I... Oh, they're playing like a life gain deck? Oh, okay, well that's gonna die. Sorry, Moonseer. I don't want them to get the Scry, so... Hexblade! What message did you want me to read, Fair? There's a lot of messages, dude. The Unicorn. I'm just gonna play another Death Toucher. Should have done that the opposite order again. Kind of want to not draw this. I would rather draw a mountain so I can cast my other stuff. Ah! Aye. A mountain would be huge here. Nice. If I can get a treasure here. I'm just gonna kill their 2 guys. Let's just let them hit us one more time here. 9, 10. And then I can kill 2 cards that actually matter. Dagger does kill Unicorn. Good call, good call. Oh, the rage. Well, this is bad. So 11. I got greedy with my Meteor Swarm and paying the ultimate price. I know they can pay the potion. It's not it's not fair. Might have been auto blocked. Okay. I need this to work. Yes, let's go. Okay. My greedy plays might be punished, but I have cast 11 Hexblades. Yes, I'm alive. Land me. Let's go. So if they have removal, I lose. Yeah, I lose. That's tough. 1 life point away, kinda. I messed up. I should have killed their thing earlier with my unexpected meteor swarm. I greeted. I thought I'd be able to block. I messed it up. Oh, man. That was rough. That was bad. That was really bad. Really, really, really bad. Gosh darn it. What was I doing? I got greedy with the stupid equipment thing. I could have just done that later. Just feels bad. Gosh, what am I doing? Blame. Why would I blame you? I was the one who did it. 11 casts. I just needed to get up to 30 casts to justify myself, so I clearly had to just throw away a couple games along the way. You're kidding me. I'm so screwed. This card's gonna wreck me. Yeah, blame Wingspear completely. Oh, yes. This hand is actually so good against what they're doing. And we're at 12! Only cast 2 more. That's not gonna happen, Asteroid. Oh, yes. Zorn. Oh, we are about to make a lot of treasures. Don't kill it, please. No. No! Oh, I knew this would happen. I should have just held up Deadly Dispute, but I needed to get that out there. Okay, well, we just saw Meteor Swarm every single game, which is great. Okay, so we're currently at 12. Sure. That was good. Do it while they're tapped out. Oh, I'm so dead. Gosh darn it. I really want to have a creature out so I can block. $13. Gonna get a mountain. Wow, I'm just gonna die to these boots of speed. They're just dead next turn, though. I just have to fade one more draw step of a big creature. Why? Why did it have to be the armory veteran? Why couldn't you just draw in a normal creature? Oh my gosh. I'm so disappointed. Wow. Gosh. Like, literally anything else. Like, even a flyer I could have traded or chumped. That was unfortunate. To punt a game and then lose the one that, like, felt in your reach feels bad. Oh, man. Okay, we'll keep this hand. We do need to draw some lands, but we have some cards to play. 14. $15. I can kill Loth with this. I can kill Loth with this.
You require my aid. I will get what I want. At least there is blood on your hands.
Cast 15, I think. Does it have Ward 4? No, Ward 3. $16. Still no attacks here. We're just chilling. Our dragon can maybe start to carry us. Sure. What are you gonna kill, bud? The Death Toucher? No, not the Death Toucher. Okay, they're out of cards. They have what they have. I know they can block and kill dragon. 17. One, two. So I need to pay 3 if I want to kill this thing. So it's just 3. So 3 for these, so I have to pay 9. Hexblade 2 OP. I'm at 17 casts. The red dragon is really carrying me here. Wow. Could I have killed them? These things are so turbo stacked. They could have blocked 2 of them and they take hits from 2 of them. No, I couldn't have quite killed them. Whew. Okay. Well, backs to the wall. I messed up a game, lost another close one, and now, with everything on the line. Maybe in the red-white matchup, I was supposed to use my unconditional removal spell on their 4-3. And then I have my instant speed thing for if they're going for their equips. Okay, we got a good hand. At least a keepable hand. Uh-oh. Okay. 18. I can zap this guy. Ooh, there he is. There's the skipper. Maybe I'm just not supposed to attack. I don't know. Yeah, like, that's the exact reason you wouldn't want to attack there. Yeah, I just don't think I'm supposed to attack with this guy, because I can trade with the guy. It's way better for me. I could have equipped to kill it. That would have been better, I think. Don't want to use both my treasures at once. Okay, I'll do that. I'll cast... No, I don't want to cast this right now. My hand is pretty good. I'm playing scared, which is probably not ideal. Probably have a kill spell of some kind. Hopefully not, though. Wonder what they do have. No! Massively punished. Gosh darn it. Yes! Get out of here, you stupid boots. I hate you so much. Yes! I lost track. Where's the counter at on these Hexblades, chat? $19, thanks, Gapio. 30 is still achievable. If I cast 5 one game and 6 the next game. The stupid boots. $30 is achievable. I knew my guess was on the high end, but I knew it would be so rewarding if I got there. I hope it doesn't come down to a situation where I have to choose between winning the match and winning my prop bet. Oh, gosh. He'll definitely choose the match, and it'll be sad. Pride greater than gems. Your hope of 63 was ruined. I did it just to spite you, too. Wow, this guy's done nothing for me. I just haven't had a spot where I can use him. Boom! Let's go. The perfect draw. Up to 20. Feels like they have removal. I think I'd rather lose this guy than Zorn. Yep. I knew Dragon's Fire was coming. But now they also can't kill this guy. I can zap that with the dagger next turn. But I'm being mana efficient now. I can play Zorn, Spare Dagger, equip, or I can just play Spare Dagger, equip, attack with Chaos Channeler, see what I hit. I'm going to equip this guy because if they do kill it, then this guy's still able to attack through. Zapped him. 19, okay. Well, max punished. Don't want to give up any board presence. It's okay. I Lost the dagger, but I got to deploy some cards. If they kill Chaos Channeler here, I'm in a little bit of trouble. Oh, I mean, I could have cast the draw too. Maybe that would have been correct. Yeah. Yes, they take 2 damage as well. Perfect. $21. Hey, Outlaw. No! Oh my gosh. Thank goodness that comes into play tapped. Also, thank goodness I am the best at drawing Meteor Swarm in the history of the game! I am so good at drawing Meteor Swarm. It is not remotely close to fair. It is glued to my hand. Oh my gosh. Have I just literally drawn it every game? No. Oh, I'm at 21. The dream of getting to 30 is dead. The game where I didn't cast a single Hexblade really put a scupper in it. There were some people who guessed 22. Oh my gosh. Someone said 21 because they said 3 a game, and I was going to get 7-0. Oh. What's the Meteor Swarm count? Oh my gosh. Just every time. Just boom, Meteor Swarm, boom, Meteor Swarm, boom, Meteor Swarm. Wow, what a draw. They played their Planeswalker. They were like, we're about to win. And I was like, oh, let's go. Oh, did I just play against you, Bowie? Yeah, the Meteor Swarm has been glued to my hand all day. Okay, yes, the Hexblades will rise. Yes, rise of the Hexblades. All but one game. And I even lost a game where I played the Meteor Swarm because I botched it against the green-white deck. Yeah, I knew I could have hit the Planeswalkers, but it didn't matter. I let them keep their Lolth out of sympathy for the cause. Oh my gosh. Someone's going to have guessed 25, and they're going to be like, oh, come on, you're right at the brink. You're right at the brink. I'm so glad I added the prop bet. It makes it so much more exciting for me. The dagger was worse for you? Yeah, the dagger was pretty good. Okay, 22. There were several people in the chat who said 22. I know it. And maybe I miscounted at some point here along the line. $23. I could have got the treasure, but I'm going to be fine. I'm going to find one later, and so I'm just going to get the guy out. Be efficient. I might have to get a mountain here. Ah! I'll trade if they attack, I think. Just so I can cast my Meteor Swarm when I draw it. Punished. Look how good this dagger is. Just crushing it for me. $23. The Selesnya deck. I need my vengeance. This is how it ends. Oh no, can you imagine? I need some Hexblades to chain. Not with thunderous applause, but with a whimper. Underdark Basilisk, that's okay for me. Come on, Hexblades. This is where I need you, boys. I'm afraid of an equipment, but I have to get the board developed. Folks, drawing lands happens. It's not arena. Come on, I need to change some stuff. Yeah, Swarm is not GG here. I would kill this thing and this thing. It'd be good, but not game-winning. Honestly, the best card is the draw 2. Or the Xanathar would be great. Or just chaining some Hexblades. I'm holding this land in case I draw Windfall. Unfortunate. There's a Hexblade. 24. You're kidding me. Come on, deck. Eee. Wow. Just brutalized. I did get the removal out of the hand for a 2/2 though, so I basically traded this for this. And Barbarian, I guess. That was not great. That was going to get me no matter what though. Come on, deck. I'm at 24 Hexblades this draft. I'm in trouble. I will admit it. They're going to probably cast like the Terrast or something. I'm going to lose. Ten lands is not a winning recipe. Okay, they get an attack in. Life gain? Nope. Okay. 25! I have one meteor. Just stop it with the lands. Come on, deck. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 5 lands left. Okay. Grim Bounty's pretty good. I think I need to kill this half-elf monk. I have Xanathar in the deck. So I have 5 lands left. 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's not good. That's really bad for me, actually. Was I supposed to save removal for a flyer? I don't think so. Maybe. Just. Oh, that's so frustrating. Could I have just bought a spell with all my treasure? 26. Just, gosh, why? I guess I wasn't supposed to kill the monk. I thought it would be nice, because even if I did draw a flyer, if they had the monk, it would be bad. I've cast 5 Hexblades this game, and they've drawn a land every single time, I think. I think every Hexblade has drawn me a land. At least I haven't missed a land drop. That's right. Ain't that for sure. I have 3 lands left in the deck. Couldn't have had a little bit of a better distribution there. Yeah, Fangblade's useless. Come on, deck. I'm just dead. They've got to have a pump spell of some kind. I'm at 1. Can't cast a Hexblade anymore. Or I can, but I can't draw cards with it. Could be what I needed. I have 1 land left in the deck after this. I can't cast this with a treasure or I die. If I do hit them, I can go into the Dungeon of the Mad Mage to gain a life. We have a chance. I need Xanathar, because they probably have life gain in their deck. I have 8 cards left. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm just going to hold out on this guy. In case I do draw Xanathar and hit life gain. Oh, a treasure. No! Dragon's Fire. Yes! The game continues! No! I'm out of removal. And I drew my last land. I go out on my terms. Casting number 27, I think. Oh my gosh. That went from frustrating to like almost got there to just like, couldn't I have just drawn a spell a turn sooner so I could win? 27. No, because Channeler can find me Xanathar, and Xanathar was my win condition there, because then I can cast a bunch of stuff. Wow, I lost to green-white twice. I just... The first one was very winnable. The second one was not. Yeah, Gapio jinxed me by saying I was going to go 6-3. Wow. Oh, so the loss to the red-white equipment deck, I could have maybe avoided if I'd used my sorcery speed removal on the Hawk, and then I'd saved my Dragon's Fire for like the Bruno or Battle Hammer. That could have won me that game. I could have also that could have won me that game, and that might have been the correct play as well. The last game I don't think was winnable. I did my best, and the other game that I lost, I could have won by going for the Meteor Swarm on the one turn instead of going for the Spare Dagger play for the ultimate greed. So those were the ways I lost. But yeah, Meteor Swarm, yeah, absolutely glued to my hand. I think I cast it like every single game. Yeah, it's okay, Gapio. But yeah, I needed to draw some spells in that last one, and I just drew literally every land in my deck. And my last spells were actually pretty good. I had this Red Dragon, which would have been able to block. I had Xanathar, which would have been able to win me the game. And I think, yeah, just pretty much those were the last couple spells that I remember. I think I had this guy in the deck somewhere. Just, it really was a tough way to go out at the end, but that's how it goes sometimes. Yeah, overall a really fun deck. 27 Hexblades cast. That's got to be a new record. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel for more content, click that bell icon so you get notified when I post future videos, and in the comments section down below, leave hashtag 27 Hexblades. In addition to, you can even edit your original comment with your guess that had your guess in it, and then add that to it, or write a whole new comment. But it's going to be fun to see how many what people guessed, and it's also going to be fun seeing who guessed 27. Pretty fun, or maybe I miscounted somewhere, but I think 27. And yeah, I'm really kind of disappointed this deck didn't get 7 wins. I messed up that game against the green-white deck, as I said. But if I hadn't played that game, I wouldn't have necessarily gotten to play all of those other sweet games as well. So the Meteor Swarm coming in clutch as well against that Lolth, all those good things. Really a fun draft overall, and it was a very, very good deck, I would say. Just a very fun deck, very good. And the Hexblades definitely performed as well as I was hoping they would. Remember that if you want to find more of my stuff, you can find the Discord server, you can find the articles that I write, and you can find the Twitch stream, all linked in the description down below. You can also support my work directly via Patreon at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Gain access to some pretty cool rewards like my tier list and other things like that over there. Or you can donate directly to the stream. That's also linked in the description if you would like to do that. And if you have Amazon Prime, you can even support my work at no extra cost to yourself, simply by hitting the, linking your Amazon account to your Twitch account, or making a Twitch account so you can do that, even if you don't use Twitch. And then you can subscribe to the channel using that free, or included with Amazon Prime subscription, because Amazon owns Twitch, and they let their Amazon Prime users support the Twitch streamers that they enjoy. And so that's just a cool little benefit, a little bit of extra value if you want to support my work at no extra cost to yourself. But anyway, that is going to do it for this draft. I had a lot of fun during it, even though it ended with a bit of a fizzle. I was very happy with how it performed overall. And yeah, that's going to do it. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.